Most of us players really want to rank up in the game, and also most of us are having a hard time doing it. So it is necessary to know our role, play style, and of course, team up with other players that will complement each other. But there are some tricks that can help you succeed in the game, and that is using a very powerful yet easy to use hero. And starting today, we will have a segment where we will give you the best hero to use in order for you to rank up and some tips and tricks along with it. And for today's video, we will discuss how Balmond can help you get the rank you always wanted. This is Brian and this is Yoga Gaming. Balmond is a very strong and durable fighter. He has all the abilities to be a dominant XP laner or even jungler in the game. And what makes him a very good hero to use if you want to rank up is that he is so convenient to use. Some heroes are very powerful, but the problem is that they have too many complicated skills and ways for them to be effective. And that is where Balmond shines. His skills are so manageable that even beginners can use them with ease. You can also add the fact that you can just buy him with only 6,500 battle points or 159 diamonds that makes him a beginner-friendly hero. Now let us analyze the skills of Balmond and how you can utilize them. First is his passive skill, the Bloodthirst. This is why Balmond is good even in the early game, since he will not gonna have much of an HP problem. The only thing he needs to do is to kill minions so that he can recover life, and not needing to recall the base to regenerate. And for the 20% HP recovery every time he kills an enemy, is very huge considering that he can be the jungler or the main killer of your team. Imagine, how would you kill a hero that has a massive damage output to a multiple targets while also being durable and still having to think that he can recover HP when he slays a hero in your team? Next is his first active skill, the Soul Lock. Balmond will charge in a specific direction and can slightly knock back the enemies. This will also serve as his mobility skills to escape the enemies when needed. Anyone that will be hit multiple times will suffer extra damage. Next is his second active skill, the Cyclone Sweep. Balmond will spin his axe for 3 seconds, damaging all nearby enemies. Anyone that will be hit multiple times will suffer extra damage because it will increase every time his axe beats them. This skill is the reason why he is fast in terms of killing minions and creeps. Also the reason for him being the aggressor for the most part of the game. That is why he's so scary in the early to mid game since it can damage a lot of enemies. And last but not least is his ultimate skill, the Lethal Counter. This skill is made to kill enemies due to its effect. Balmond will smash his axe to a specific direction, dealing massive physical damage and 30% of the target's lost HP. So it is better to use Balmond's ultimate skill whenever you had enough damage to the enemies in order to maximize the damage you can inflict to the targets. Now, let us move on for his preparation. For the spell, I personally recommend to use the Vengeance if you will be on the side lane to have that extra durability and to damage enemies while they are attacking you. But in most cases, you will be the jungler of your team, so you must pick the Retribution. For the emblem, I suggest you to use this setup even if you are a jungler. It consists of agility for you to move faster and roam the map, tenacity to increase your defense whenever your HP drops to 50% and below, and lastly, Killing Spree. This will complement your passive skill and Balmond's ability to kill since it will restore HP and give you movement speed after you kill an enemy. For the items, you must build him a tank items. It is a must since most of the time, you are one of the frontliners of your team. Balmond is effective in being the aggressor, so it would be a really good idea to make him more durable to last longer in team fights. Aside from that, his skills alone are enough to damage and kill the enemies. The only damage I can recommend to you to use is the War Axe, to have that extra penetration every time you deal damage to the enemies. Also, don't forget the Curse Helmet and the Dominance Eyes as one of your primary items. As I've said, Balmond is effective in being the aggressor and in most cases he will be fighting beside the enemies. The Curse Helmet will be a great addition to his damage output since this item will burn the enemies beside him. And for the Dominance Eyes, this will help him to counter enemies with great basic attacks like marksman heroes. So basically, Balmond can be considered one of the best heroes for beginners, especially when it comes to adjusting in the game. There will be times that the only role left will be the jungler, so it is necessary that you must know how to use one. Try it for yourself and leave your feedback in the comment section down below. And that's it. I hope you find this video helpful, and if you did, be sure to leave a like, subscribe to our channel for more contents, and hit the bell icon so you don't miss any future uploads. This has been Brian, and see you again in the next one.